So as you all know by now, Vybz Kartel, along with a host of other artists, will be performing on Sumfest in Jamaica this this week as a matter of fact. And today's Friday, so tonight is the night when Vybz Kartel will perform and also be crowned King of the Dance Hall. Like we said before, it doesn't make a difference. He is King of the Dance Hall, regardless. He don't need a crown. So people, this is what's happening in Jamaica. As Vybz Kartel landed yesterday, the first thing the chief of police in Montego Bay, St. James, came out and said, any artist who uses profanity on stage in their performance, they will be locked up, served up to 30 days, and pay a fine. Now, if you know, and I know you know if you listen to Vybz Kartel, this message was for Vybz Kartel. The only difference is this is Jamaica. They do not want to give him more power than he already has. Trinidad did the same thing, but they made it clear. They spoke directly to Vybz Kartel. We do not want to sing any profanity, no lewd behavior, nothing like that on stage while performing here. However, all the other artists that went on, Trinidad made it clear that if he's coming there to perform, that he could not. And he never did make it there. There was some problem with his pay between him and the promoter. It's a big thing, and everyone pretty much know what the outcome was like. Cartel never showed up, and he didn't get the balance of his money. No problem. However, if another promoter who has it all together is willing to book him, I'm sure he'll go as long as he's paid in full. That's the way he works. You put his name on a flyer, the place, the venue sold out within minutes or days or hours. Okay, not weeks. So if they want him there, like I said, they do the right thing and he will show up and give the people what they want. Music and performance. And they love Vybz Kartel, and he loves his fans. But he doesn't play with promoters when it comes to his money. Yeah. So in Jamaica, like I'm saying, they say all entertainers are performing at Sunfest. They're not referring to all the other entertainers. They're speaking directly to Vybz Kartel because they know how his songs are. Majority of them are not clean songs. And if I was Vybz Kartel, just pick, if you have 12 clean songs, just perform the 12 clean songs. They will crown you whether before or after, I'm not sure of your performance, but you just take it and it is what it is. Just tell Joe, hey man, I'm not coming back here to do any shows, not for you, even for himself. Because, Cartel could put his own shows on if he chooses to do so. So if I was Vybz Kartel, I would just forget about that place. Yes, he was born and raised in Jamaica, but Jamaica is not everything right now, especially when it comes to Vybz Kartel. His freedom and his life. He's already making life here. He's been here 7 months in Florida, where I live. And he's doing fantastic. He's traveled from out of Florida into Europe and back here in Florida. He's fine. He's happy here. He has several homes here. He purchased them all in the same community. It must be really nice there. I think I know where it is, but I won't say. And yeah, so we understand. We understand what the Prime Minister and the Chief of Police in that particular part of Jamaica, we know what they're doing. They're doing anything, whatever it takes to put Cartel back in prison. Read between the lines, guys. That is exactly what they want. They want to just arrest him. They're mad at him because when he came out, his lawyer, Isaac Buchanan, who decided to take on politics, he was running for Portland. And Vybz Kartel accompanied him to, some big outdoor meeting that PNP was having. He never should have done so. He was freshly out of prison, and he showed up there, and of course the JLP, they did not like that. So they have him up in their hearts for that. How dare him? You were released under our watch. You should be on our side. No, he was always a PNP. Always. So let's see. You know what? We don't have to see anything. Vybz Kartel is a grown man. He's not stupid. He knows exactly what's hanging over his head in Jamaica, maybe nowhere else in the world. So I think he will go in there and just sing the clean songs that he do have. And I don't believe he should perform with Spice, her sitting in his lap and gyrating and all that. I think if I was him and her, we would just forget about that part. Yes, maybe the fans would love to see that. But if they've been watching Kartel over the past couple of months, they've seen him done it on several occasions, several venues that he has performed, both here in the U.S. and in Europe. So it's okay if you miss one. Sorry, there'll be others. Anything to keep him out of prison. Jamaican prison. Yeah, just go in and just do your thing. And I know you have family there. You might want to spend a weekend or something there, maybe into Monday. But remember, you have a show here in the U.S. Okay, you have a show in Baltimore. And he needs to just forget about that place, in my opinion. Just forget it. Yes, you have property, you have family and everything there, but I don't care if they're paying you $4 million like they did for Freedom Street. I do believe Kartel should just not go back there and do not perform there. They do not like him there. They don't like him. So for this police chief to come out and say what he said, he was told to do so by the Prime Minister. It's obvious. And speaking of the Prime Minister, we saw maybe a month or two ago where Lisa Hyper, the young lady who's been around Vybz Kartel since she was 16, she was part of the Gaza crew, the whole 9 yards, if you know. She lost her mind for about 3 to 4 months when Vybz Kartel earlier this year did not take her to the Grammy. He took his fiancée to them instead. And she said on social media every day, she came on for about 3 months straight saying, don't let me talk, because if I was to speak, they'll send you right back to prison. After a man did 13 years, don't even want to hear the word prison ever mentioned again. Don't even want to go back there to visit or walk or drive by there. You're promising him that, that's where you would like to see him go. All because he doesn't want to be with you. He chose someone else. If anyone knows the history with her, then, I don't have to go into it much further. Okay, she doesn't want to take her medication. She's just a mess. She's just a mess. And she believes Kartel owes her the world. So my thing is, I saw her, and several people, it wasn't something I heard, it was on video, at a venue where the Prime Minister was. She went up and she whispered something in his ear. And I am wondering, did she ask him the next time Vybz Kartel comes to Jamaica, I want you guys to find a way to arrest him. Plan something on him. Do what you have to do. But arrest him. I want him back in prison. I want him to have a case here in Jamaica for him to stay here. That way maybe I get a chance to see him. So I'm kind of wondering if she's part of this whole thing with the police saying about not singing any, not being too vulgar on stage or singing any type of profanity in his performance. You kind of wonder if she's part of that. Well, we'll see, like I said. We will see, and I hope while Vybz Kartel is there, yes, she's going to try to find a way to go backstage, or she's going to try her very best to be around him. But I am hoping that the security there was told by Vybz Kartel that she must not come nowhere near him. And maybe he doesn't have it in writing, but yes, she needs to keep her distance. She's trouble. She's trouble. Non-ambitious kind of young lady. She sings very well, but she cannot focus. Her focus is on Vybz Kartel and trying to get him back to do another. Maybe this time he would just die in prison because he's almost 50. So she's trying to come up with something, some way, somehow to get him to go back to prison. And she's plotting with the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Well, guys, I don't know what your views are on this, but yes, you can please leave a comment. And later on tonight, we will watch Kartel being crowned King of the Dance Hall. Let's continue to wish him well and pray that he leaves Jamaica and never return.